What is this about, though? I
List of teams came out for the best chance to win the SEC. We're talking college football right now. They got Georgia at 32.8%, Texas at 24.2%, Alabama at 14.4%, Mizzou at 5.9%, and Tennessee at 5.5%. How do you feel? Obviously, it's early, but based upon this list, do you think they got it right with the percentages? In terms of I don't care about the exact number, but in terms of like who's leading, who, like the order of operations. I think Mizzou should be in front of Alabama this year. I don't know if I trusted this cat. I know he's a hell of a coach at Washington, Kalen DeBoer, but I just think, when you lose a guy like Saban, who's an all-timer, there might be a little bit of a transitional period. They lost a lot of players. He's trying to bring his guys in. I don't think we're just going to just see the Alabama train that we're used to seeing and continue to roll. I wouldn't be shocked if they had like a 9-3 type of season. Like, not a bad year technically, but for Bama standards, I could see that year happening. I wouldn't be surprised. And I like what Mizzou is doing. Did Mizzou bring their quarterback back? Their QB? Or am I tripping?
Well, here's the thing. When Steve was on, I mentioned something. Let's see if you listen. Let's see if you listen to the white guy talking.
I might have been typing. I might have not paid attention.
What?
Go ahead.
I said about TCU and Baylor specifically, I said these teams are going to see an increase in wins because they have a culture and some camaraderie and have built something there. Hasn't Missouri been that team that I'm kind of mentioning? And they won 11 games last year because of what I'm telling you about TCU and Baylor, because they're building something and they're not losing so much and regaining new and replenishing and having to retrain the philosophy. I have to recoach 1,000 new kids. I got to train a new culture. I got to let everyone know this is what we do here at Mizzou. This is what we do here at Baylor. No. Regardless of the transfer portal, and I want and everybody in the chat, and everybody's gonna say, "Well, that's what the Joneses are doing." Everybody does it, JB. Doesn't mean that's good. Everybody doing it doesn't mean shit. You can win and build a culture and still be better off than doing all what everyone else does. Because guess what? Not everyone else is winning.
Facts.
Are they? Last time I checked, I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers. I haven't seen nobody winning. All the guys that are doing all the shit that everyone says, everyone's doing it, JB. Not everybody's winning. Why is it the same teams, other than adding Texas and Washington this year, in a year that the Pac-12 dropped their entire conference, and in a year that Texas and Sark's year 3 is turning the leaf? Other than that, though, Bama, Michigan's been 2 years in a row. Michigan finally wins it. Guess what? A team that had little turnover, very few new additions, and a team that was cultured. Crazy how that team won it all. That's what it is what it is, dog. You can do all you want and try to keep up with all the Joneses and lose every year. Missouri won 11 games. I wouldn't be shocked if they're in the hunt. Ole Miss had a lot of turnover because Lane brings in new transfers, but they have their quarterback back, who's a Heisman candidate. They have a culture there because of Lane's been there now going into year 4 or 5. And they have talent. I'm picking Ole Miss. I'm picking Mizzou. I'm picking those types of teams in the SEC to have a really good run.
Yep.
And this is why I don't believe keeping up with the Joneses wins you titles. Period. I don't believe it does. I still think old school mindset is what builds boys and turns them into men, and what builds programs. And Missouri's doing it. Just 2 years ago, they were trying to fire Missouri, and talk how bad they were. But he went through it, and he said, "You know what? Building the culture here. Let's stay the course. And that's what happened.
There it is.
So,
that's real.
Now we wanted 41 guys. We wanted to see 48 guys. JB, we got 48 guys in the board. And you lost. Guess what? 48 transfers. You know what it equals? 4 and 8. So I guess your 48 worked.
I hear you, man. I hear you. We shall see, man. We shall see.